shirt right here. How about that?
All right, sitting here with a couple of state championship coaches. Dave Tallman on my left, from Morgantown, Ronnie Olson, of course, from Shady Spring on the right. And you guys have known each other for a while, have you not?
A couple years, a little bit. Yeah,
Go way back.
yeah.
Way back at least to 2000, am I right?
Yep.
You guys, and a lot of people might not know this, you guys competed against each other in the state championship game. And Ronnie, I know you, I told you I wouldn't do it anymore, but I got to do it now.
I appreciate it.
He tried.
Man. You set me up. You
I told him
said it was going to be a cordial interview about.
I said, don't bring this up.
I never listened.
he was
Ronnie, do
my
I
boy,
listen to
man.
anything? I never
We
do.
got scared and dropped him for next year.
We got scared and dropped him as well.
So you guys did know each other and played in the state championship game. There must be a lot of memories about that. Dave, what do you remember about that state championship game yourself?
I honestly think that game has probably helped us get to where we are today, because neither team that year was supposed to probably be in the state championship game, and I think that we both we talked about it beforehand today. We just both learned the defense and working hard and really gelling at the right time. Really, is the most powerful thing, I think, when you get down to Charleston. So I think that was a game either team could have won, and I think we both learned that day that it's not necessarily the most talented team, but it's a team that's the hardest working.
You feel the same way about that, Ronnie?
Yeah, I mean, him and his dad and I, we talked about that a little while ago about, what it did to us. And, I really feel like I can remember the first time we won our first state championship that year, sitting in the tunnel. That was the first time it's been hard for me to go back and watch games, period. I know a lot of coaches like to go, but me personally, I went a little bit to take my son just to enjoy the time. But I went back, and it was kind of euphoric sitting in the tunnel there waiting, because I wanted a redemption at still feeling that pressure of not losing it as a player. And that's it might be something some guys don't do, but I wear it on my sleeve, and I think that's what makes him so special, that we put so much into it, and that's what makes our programs different than everybody else's. And winning those and talking about it now, it still bothers me. My son sometimes make comments to me. He'll call me Magnolia sometimes, because this is 24 years later. But it's great. We both were at. You don't see that. The guys that played against each other in a state championship game. His dad's still coaching, and then we get to win multiple state titles in classes, and we get to play each other about every year. It's pretty awesome.
Do you guys remember each other from that game?
In that game, yeah, but we didn't know each other prior to that.
But you remember each other from that game?
Oh, yeah.
Playing it.
Yeah.
What are your recollections?
He made 2 threes in the first minute of the game. We were down 10-0. So that was or 2 or 3 maybe,
yeah.
But he made a bunch of shots, and we were down big to start the game. That's really what I remember. I mean, I think it was a magical year for us. We weren't supposed to be there at all. We were
10 and 11.
10 and 11, yeah. And I think everybody said Tug Valley was going to win, and somebody else. So.
And Greg Davis was playing there,
Greg Davis, yeah, all those guys. So it was, like I said, you get hot at the right time, and I think it's taught me that the regular season doesn't matter. Those are 22 scrimmages, and I say that all the time. You just got to get your team ready for the tournament.
Ronnie, do you remember anything about Dave's game?
He was tough as nails, man. You could definitely tell he was a coach's son, because if I have to go back, I think he took a couple cheap shots at me underneath the belt, because they were really good at boxing out, seriously. Like they were.
Cheap shots.
I mean, he
took a couple charges.
They were super physical team.
Right.
We hadn't seen a physical team like that. We've overwhelmed people because we were better than them, but they would box out. They'd take charge. They'd be in position defensively. It was hard to go by them and break them down. And I just remember, how good defensive they were and strong and rebounding. We just kept us off the glass.
You guys have been 2 of the most successful coaches in your class. Ronnie, you won 2 state championships here in the last 4 days. Obviously won 3 straight. And going for 4 next year. Ronnie, what is your secret to coaching?
It's pretty simple. Hard work and just getting every day out of what you can get out of it, And I think every day I tell people we start in November, we end in March, and you're talking about 4 or 5 months of dedication, 6 days a week, putting it in, and effort and repetition is why we have a chance to be there every year. I feel like the culture we have is this success, and why we're able to be there. I know people talk about it, we're tired of seeing Morgantown, we're tired of seeing Shady, and I'll say it, and I said it, I'm not either. We're both not, because I'm not going to try to sit here and be conceited either as he, but there's not a lot of coaches that are going to outwork us. It's not about, I may not be that best X's and O's guys. He loves his guys. You see the relationship he has with his guys. They love him. I see how he is with them. But my guys feel the same way. And, you know, you're not going to outwork us in the practice floor. And I think that's why we're able to be so successful, because we do it here in the gym.
Dave, you have a similar...
The answer for him, too, they'll play anybody. You know, they don't duck anybody. They play us they've played us for a long time. And, you know, I think that's part of it. Like, we'll play anybody in the state. He'll play anybody in the state. I think it's part, because like I said, none of it matters until the tournament time.
You guys, I think, developed a good relationship. Is it just from, I mean, when did you realize, hey, we played against each other? Was that something you knew? Was there a time
well, I guess, I think it was maybe when we played them in the
over at the Armory?
Over at the Armory,
right.
And you know, that was the first time we played each other over at the little general tournament, and which I had kept up with them scouting. I was like, you know, what year would that have been? It was how long have you been at Morgantown?
That was the COVID year.
Yeah, so
it was 19 or 20 is when it was.
21.
Yeah. How long have you been there before then? How many years have you been there?
This is my 10th year.
So yeah, it had been. I mean, you know, he was kind of new. You know, 4 years in. So, have you won a state title yet?
16. We won at 16. So.
That's right. You were. I was in Wheeling, I think, when you got the job. But I'd always talk to your dad.
Oh yeah.
At their games. But you guys have developed it, even though it's across state.
We're both crazy.
Yeah.
Nobody else likes us, so we gotta be friends. I'm kidding.
we keep in contact.
It's pretty
honestly.
close.
We really do keep in contact a lot. Our personalities are really similar. I'll tell you what. I know personally. I see how he is with his kids and his family. I'm the same way. I think I see bring his family around his program. I'm the same way. And, you know, I think my family being around our guys is really important, and he's the same way, and I think he treats his guys like family like I do. So, hey, similarities off the floor as well.
I think it's also good that we're in different classes, so we don't, you know, if we're in the same class, we may not speak.
We may hate each other.
But I think not being in the same class helps as well, just because we can bounce ideas off each other.
Do you guys borrow from each other, talk to each other?
I just told them I stole a play from them. They busted us on the first game of the season, and they had a little set there for Sharon, and we took it, and we probably scored on it.
I was telling him earlier that I think when we scout his teams, it's like looking in a mirror. I mean, we just tell our guys they run the same sort of thing, the same defensive principles. They're going to be real physical, and it's gonna, you know, when you play Shady, it's going to be an all-out war. I mean, you're going to leave with bumps and bruises for sure.
Guys, I certainly appreciate the time, and look forward to the game. I know, Ronnie, you want to get one against this guy, don't you?
Yeah,
tomorrow, maybe. I got strong.
He's got bragging rights over me right now. If there's no shot clock, we might hold for one shot there.
That's why I dropped them, because Sharon and my guys are graduates, so I'm not playing them ever again.
Fellas, I appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
All right. Thank you.